Dear all, once your advanced accounting exam is over, now you have with you 1.5 days to prepare for our auditing and assurance exam. So in this video, I'm going to discuss strategy or tips for preparing for auditing in this 1.5 days. We might have studied the inter auditing for say last 5 months. We have been revising for 2 months. We have written the mock test, etc. But I do believe that whatever said and done, the topics which we revise during 1.5 days will be more fresh in our mind. So I advise you to go through the entire topics during this 1.5 days before the examination. Now, I have prepared an order or topics like which one to be revised in the first day, which to be revised in the next day, and what to be revised in the day of the examination. You can edit as per your convenience and ease of learning. So I will show you the topic list. On the first day, I mean the day after your advanced accounts exam, you are more fresh mind or like you are more relaxed. So you can take the topics which are little bit more interesting or which gives you more confidence to face the next day. So most of the students are okay with the company audit chapter, mainly because this chapter is already there in the law subject. And also the audit report. This is chapter number 10 in the study material, and this is chapter number 11. So around 4 to 5 hours, you can finish off the company audit as well as the audit report chapter. With this, your 700 series will be over. Now, with confidence, we will face the second day, the most crucial day, the day before the examination. You have with you entire day. Minimum 14 to 15 hours you can utilize on this day. But remember, you should have 6 hours of sleep on that day also. So around 15 hours will be the apt one. How to go about? Morning time, when you are more fresh, I would suggest you to cover the important series of essay, which is 500 series. 500 series in our material, chapter number 3, audit evidence, chapter number 7, sampling, and chapter number 8, analytical procedure will be over. For doing this, you might take approximately 3 or say 3.5 hours. When doing this topic, you can take break in between. Say after this, you can take a break of say 15 minutes. Then again come to 7. Again a break, then chapter 8. So morning time, try to finish off 500 series, which is more important. Then coming to the next topic, which is audit of different entities. In audit of different entities, totally you have 14 audits. Cinema, hotel, hospital, like that, you have 14 different audits. Try to cover all the audits. Remember the main points in each audit. Once you have completed that, come to audit of bank audit. It is a chapter from which frequently questions have been asked. So try to cover the bank audit next. Most probably by then it would have been afternoon. You might have taken a rest in between. Now come to small topic, afternoon, no? So small topic, which is audit in automated environment. Even though the topic is small, it is important and it's a familiar one which you might have learned in EIS also. Then come to 300 series by evening or towards night. We will be like with 300 series. wherein you will be covering chapter number 2, which is Audit Planning Strategy Program, and also chapter number 4, partly, which is Risk Assessment. Once done with 300 series, the entire day we have studied towards night. We can't afford to have a heavy topic, right? So there is a small topic which is called as the internal control, which is chapter number 4, rest half after the risk assessment. Now, in this, we have one essay pending, which is essay 610. So we have completed the day before the examination. Important topics have been covered. Now have sleep, proper sleep, and the next day morning, what is pending for us? It is these two topics. Audit of items in FS. That's one of the biggest chapter wherein we have to see items in balance sheet, items in P&L, its assertion. So going through the entire, each and every item will be impossible. So go through the short notes or go through the main point, or you might have marked some questions as important or certain items. Go through those items fully. Now to wind up, we'll come to 200 series. Relatively easier series. 200 series, we have the chapter number 1 mainly, which is nature objective of auditing. So ensure that you have covered all the 26 standards. At least you have gone through the 26 standards, which is 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 299. 300 series, 300, 315, 320. 400 series we don't have in detail. 500 series, 500, 501, 505, 510, 520, 530, 550, 560, 570, 580. 600 series only one, which is 610. Finally, 700 series, 700, 701, 705, 706, 710. But you should know 3 standard, like not in detail, but what is it? Which is essay 260, communicating with the TCWG. 540, accounting estimates, and 330 essay, which is auditors' responses to assessed risk. So students, whenever you revise these portions, going through the entire study material may not be possible. So I would advise you to go through your short notes, your key notes, key points, or those questions which you might have made the mistake. If you have prepared the chart, like for chart for company audit or for essays, go through the chart. But I would advise you to do 5 things. What is it? Always try to have proper sleep before the day of the examination, say 6 hours, so that our mind will work properly. Kindly avoid last minute discussions. Like just before entering into the exam hall, you are reading Caro. Oh, come on, Caro, clause 10, clause 11. You might get more tensed. So try to relax 20 minutes or half an hour before the examination, say from 1:15 p.m. Try to relax and try to recall whatever you have studied in your mind, because we will be already like a pressure cooker. On top of that, if you are going to read a new topic, more pressure will build up. Stay hydrated, have adequate water with you, and give your best for the examination. We have been preparing very well during the last few months, etc. This 1.5 days also we have prepared, but what counts in the end is those 3 hours, the output of those 3 hours. So give your best. I would always advise you to write for 100 marks paper rather than writing for 80 marks or say 75 marks. Kindly try to write for 100 marks. For that, you need to do what? Time management. Of late, few students have told, Miss, we could not write it for 100 marks because of lack of time. So keep time management a lot. Say maximum, okay, 30 minutes for MCQs. Rest 2.5. After 30 minutes, rest 2.5 hours do for descriptive. Whenever company audit question comes, like, some provision question comes, try to answer it in 3 parts. Start with the provision as per 141 of Companies Act. Then write the facts of the case in the given case. Finally, give the conclusion. Now, if essay-related questions are asked for the exam, a provision in the given case, conclusion, you may not always required to divide into 3 parts. Instead of that, say we can write it in 2 parts. Say, for example, audit procedure with respect to opening balance, which is essay 510. So in the first para, you will write essay 510, initial audit engagement, opening balance, its objective, or what that essay deals with. Now, in the second part, answer to what it is asked in detail. Following are the audit procedure to obtain evidence regarding opening balance. Now, if questions are asked with respect to audit of different entities, like how would you verify the patient receipt of a hospital or cinema theater, then always better to write it in points. Similarly, if the question comes like, how would you vouch? How would you verify the items in FS, this chapter? Again, better to present in points. And whenever they have asked steps or program, you can present in points. Distinguished question, if asked, rarely only they do ask. For the distinguished question, I would always suggest you to draw it into 2 columns. And if possible, put a base. Like, what is the base for the distinguishing? And then put 2 columns and try to present. And kindly start the descriptive questions, not MCQ, not correct, incorrect. The 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. Descriptive question, kindly start with the heading. So these are very few tips from my side, and I wish you all the very best. Don't get tensed. Once your auditing exam is over, don't try to discuss with the others the MCQ, etc. Because if it is wrong, it might affect the next paper also. Once exam is over, leave rest and go and study for the next paper. So at the outset, I wish you all the very best. Do your best and leave rest. See you soon in flying colors. Take care.
പഠിക്കാൻ ഇനി സമയം കളയണ്ട. ലോജിക് സ്കൂൾ ഓഫ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് സിമ്പിൾ ലോജിക്.